Alright, I had a pretty good mail day yesterday, but unfortunately I accidentally had deleted it. I got a really nice bunch of stamps here. Unfortunately, I've used a good fraction of them, so I can't show you what I got, but there was things like Sugar Ray Robinson stamps, and, you know, these old stamps from 1970s. This is an old 8-cent stamp. Some postcard stamps you don't get to see very often. Those are kind of cool, these sailboats there. Unfortunately, there were a few forever stamps there, which are fine, but there were a few forever postcard stamps there, and you know me, I like to use multiple stamps on my postcards to get, you know, at least one or two cancels on there, because one cancel might take, the other one might take. So what I'm going to do is probably invest in a few 1-cent stamps at some point, and then I can just double them up. So just put a postcard stamp there and put a 1-cent or some other kind of thing that can get canceled on there. So there's that. Unfortunately, like I said, oh, and I got one of the obligatory Elvis stamps here. The only value that these Elvis stamps have is putting on an envelope. Contrary to popular belief, these have only 29 cents in value. But don't let anybody else fool you that they have any value. I got 2 TTMs. One was over the weekend, and one was yesterday. One confuses me because I thought I sent 4 cards and only got 3 back. Because I try to send everybody their base cards, and this one didn't come back with a base card. I do remember that I had kind of a cut wrong one. The card was cut wrong, and I mentioned that in the letter, I think, saying that it was kind of cut wrong, and maybe that's why he didn't return it. I have no idea. But we'll start off with this one that came over the weekend here, and I got 3 of 3, slightly dented corner there on this bronze card here. So these are Olympic cards. One is bronze, one is silver, and one is base. Unfortunately, ironically, I did not have their gold card. So we have Olympic ice skater on another cut wrong card, Gracie Gold. Now, how do you know it's cut wrong? Well, if you look at Gracie Gold's bronze card here, look at the G right here and see how close that is to the edge right there. That should not be that close to the edge. Also, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's some extra white right here. And you look at this bronze Gracie Gold, and there's a lot more space there. So this is a slight cut wrong parallelogrammed card, which unfortunately I got at the LCS. It's really cut wrong. If you saw that person, you're like, geez, Tops, what were you doing? Playing with the scissors? Running with scissors? I have no idea. Just not a good card. But, you know, tracking down every one of these individual cards was just really expensive. And buying a complete set, $50 to $100, depending on who you were trying to get it from. So there's Gracie Gold right there. And then we have the third one here. And this is the silver card here. So I have 3 of those. So that makes a good dent, 3 of them for my set there. Now I have another 3 cards here. Again, I think I'm pretty sure I sent this guy the the base card, and this is John Daly, and the base card was cut wrong. But we do at least have his bronze card signed in some sort of gold paint pen or whatever. So that's really pretty neat. So John Daly, not a skeleton. Not can be confused with John Daly, the golfer. And there's that one. I'm sure he gets his fair share of, you know, are you related to the golfer? And we have this gold one here. So I don't get gold signed very often. It turns out that they're not any more valuable than the base bronze or silver, but people do ask sometimes more for them. They're a tiny bit rarer, but not much at all. Again, this one just for whatever reason looks a little off, but I don't think it is. Just the design, I think, throws it off there. And then the last one here are one of these. I don't have these signed very often. This was some sort of blue insert set there, so I think I have 2 of those. I have John Daly, and now I have Pete Fenson to sign these blue cards here, so that's kind of neat. They don't usually, unless you do your little homework and read who they are, you wouldn't notice that that was John Daly right there, so that's pretty neat. One other thing happened last night was absolutely really crazy. So this is why I accidentally deleted my video. I was doing research for Happy Days and making a nice Happy Days video on Duo cards, which is a set from 1998. But unfortunately I didn't get to make the video because I found lots and lots of data afterwards. I had 2 crazy things happen. So, sometimes when you look at an item more than once or twice or three times, there will be a seller that shoots you an offer. So I was looking up a Fonzie autograph from Duo Cards. It's supposedly a rare number to 150. I cannot verify that because the Fonzie cards are not numbered to 150. The Marion Ross cards are numbered to 150, but everybody tells you that they're numbered to 150. So if your card is numbered to 150 and been out since 1998, why would there be 3 or 4 of them on eBay at one time or within a few weeks of each other? That seems kind of fishy there. Don't really know. But I did find one for $50 a couple months ago, and I was watching it. And then 7 days, 8 days, 10 days ago, I went to go purchase that card for $50, and it was gone. And I was like, well, shoot, darn it. And the reason why I sat for almost an entire year, maybe even longer than that, is because there was a streak right through the Sharpie, and there's always chipping on some of these mid-1990s cards, especially the insert cards. A lot of times they had chipping around the edges. So I said, okay, whatever. But then there was an item that I had looked at that was like $100, and the seller did something crazy, like took a huge percentage off or something like $30 or so off the price. And I said, well, okay, well, that's not too bad. But then I looked at the auction or the item a little bit better. You also got a complete set with the Henry Winkler autograph, a whole complete set. And a whole complete set is the price of what he took off. So I'm getting like the autograph and a complete set. But not only that, but sometimes there's like a little collector's album, mini collector's album or binder, whatever you want to call it. I have not seen exactly what it looks like in person. I think it's just kind of like one of those little, like, a few pages stuck in like a homemade album type thing. If you know what I'm talking about, a little mini album, I think is what that is. People are wanting $25 just for that alone. So there was nothing I could do but accept the offer. Now, something even crazier happened after I had made the video and, saying I was shaking. I got my Grail card, and really that was one of my Grail cards from back in the day. Getting one of those autographs was just darn near impossible. One of the reasons why the Fonzie autographs has come down way in price is because he signed very well for a long time, and so people don't understand the rarity and the importance of it. There's also a Marion Ross that I've seen numbered to 150. I do not need that one. That's not something I want. But the other thing is that another seller was willing to take $60 off the price, but still his lot was $240 plus shipping, so it'd still be like $250. So that's way more than I really would have wanted to spend. It came with both autographs, the Marion Ross and the Henry Winkler, and a few other small smattering of items there. But even so, even so, if it was 200 and some bucks, it was looking like more like, if they had taken even $100 off the price, I probably wouldn't have done. I don't really know. But that was just like, life gives you lemons, but then all of a sudden something crazy happens, and you said, you know what, I know it's like more than $50, but I've got to do it because now I don't have to buy a complete set. If all comes in, it looked like it was all bundled up and wrapped very, very nicely, so we shall see. Hopefully they're not like the, pages that, hopefully the pages are decent in the binder. They're not like the oily pages. And I don't know if it comes with a 6 foiled cards that are a special insert for that. I'm not sure. Those can be up to anywhere between $1 and $10 to $20 per card, depending on who you buy them from. So they shouldn't be very expensive, but people just don't know what to charge for those. And then I do have the promotional cards. I already have one in my collection here. And then before all this craziness happened, I found the other promotional card for $1. So I'll have an almost 100% complete duo card set in one swoop, which is something that doesn't happen very often. But I have to do that. And then as a side note, I had purchased a few side cards just to get some autographs because there are 2 good autograph signers as far as I know. I don't know how many cards they will sign. They might just sign one of them. If they have 3 cards in the set and sign one of them. I'm going to make a list of all the people that sign and don't sign, which is a very, very small list there. And I only have 2 cards out of the 72 cards. Yeah, 72 cards. Yeah, so there's a possibility of 70 cards you theoretically get signed, but some of them are so impossible that it just it's looking like maybe like 25 or 30 cards, if that. But I'm not going to be going to eBay for every Henry Winkler and every Marion Ross autograph card. So that is pretty much what I have. I won't tell you how hard it is to find some of those cards, because Henry Winkler, signed lots of stuff, but he didn't always sign a lot of those duo cards. He also didn't sign, but Marion Ross signed. So we'll have to see how many of those. It'll be interesting kind of breakdown once I get everything in here, and I'll show you the binder and all that fun stuff. But I think the binder was a mail away, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it would have had to have been, because you wouldn't get it in a pack, and I wouldn't be able to buy it at the store probably. So that's what I have for you. I'm already 10.5 minutes, and let me know what's going on in your videos, or what you're getting in, or if you found a grail card, and thank you for watching.